Good morning, great-grandchildren and happy warriors. Yeah, I got my friend up the street putting a new roof on his house. You probably can hear it. Eventually I'll get one up here. Puppies are playing. Oh man. Lunchy and BB really go around and around. He comes back for more, but boy, she really is making him tough. And smart. Oh, what? You know I'm talking about you? Yeah. Oh, she hurts him too. Anyway. It's pretty funny. I'll have to get a picture of that or a video of it and put it out later. But he has to learn how not to run into things, because she'll chase him around and then he lands up against something and then has a cow about it. So I might be feeling a little bit better today. Is the bruise off my chin yet? No, it's still there. Boy, that's a story. Yeah, you know. I somewhat did that to myself, and somewhat, you know, it's just a natural, it just didn't have to happen as fast as it did, but it happened after 20 years of trying to keep that tooth, you know. And then I ran into a yeah, something really knocked the heck out of my jaw, and I knew it at the time when it happened that, holy crap, I might lose that tooth. Yeah, it was freaky. One of those freaky, you just have to watch everything. Anyway, that's that, and other stuff all along the way. It's like, well, maybe by the fall. I was gonna have a fall festival, but this last month sure has taken it. Actually, it's been more than a month. It was way back in June when I had a situation happen back then where I was allergic to something. I don't know what it was, but I ended up with some kind of a thing and had to do the prednisone trip for a minute, least amount as possible, because your immune system goes down to nothing, and I don't need that. So I did the least amount that I could at that time, and I think it was a good thing that I did, because I'm a lightweight when it comes to stuff like that. It usually doesn't take that much. Anyhow, the least amount for the least amount of days, that's what I did. And then of course the long haulers, the long haul syndrome BS. I mean, that's, what is it? What day is it today? Is it my anniversary for getting COVID? I went to New York City and picked it up there. Yep, less than a month before. Now it's common knowledge that that's when it escaped, but I think it escaped long before that. I just think it was around before that, and people they weren't really noticing it. And then they did. So yeah, that's 2 years anniversary. I am better right now than I was before, but I gotta say this about my doctor situation, because I went to them with a specific body part that I said, please look at this. There's all this stuff going on, and it just happened because of this, you know, thing that I was dealing with, which was COVID, but we didn't know it was. And the only thing that saved my ass was my azithromycin and quinine water. Yeah, and God handed me that. I'll tell everybody that every time, because nobody knew about that before then. But I got given that remedy so that I could survive for some reason. Who knows why? And then I've had to deal with all this other stuff for the last few months here, cropping up. Different things and weird stuff, whatever. Okay, well, the snow's gonna fly soon. Things are gonna quiet down, and it'll be a cold winter. And our not my president person, I'm supposed to be wearing that t-shirt today, not my president t-shirt today. Okay, well, tomorrow's Friday. I'll wear it tomorrow. It'll be the Friday day for the not my president t-shirt wearing day. That's what I'll do. So I'll do that tomorrow. Anyhow, he's so weird because he left our people in Afghanistan and is still leaving them there. They're trying to find a way out. It's like, well, we're leaving. We left. You're on your own. Find your own way. That's pretty bad. That's an abuser, man. That guy is such an abuser. I don't even know why we're still dealing with him. Oh, and then now this other thing, the mandates, the BS mandates that aren't law. None of it's law. None of it is a law. Hello, B. There's nothing over here. You need to go find a flower. Yeah. You need to go find a flower. Unless you're after my water. And there's plenty of water everywhere else. You don't need to come over here for it. Unless you just want to say hi. Go back here and get that flower. There's a flower back here. So I'm advocating for that. Still a general strike. But I think that all of the parents ought to pull all of their children en masse out of every school, every government indoctrination center, because they're not schools anymore, not for education, not for learning, reading, writing, and arithmetic. Those people have control over our children's minds, and they will make sure our children grow up to hate us. Watch the killing fields. They took the children. What did they do with the children? The children were the ones that turned in their parents, and the parents were the ones who got killed. You know, it's all a setup for eliminating the people they don't want here anymore. They're following that whole program. Who's in charge of that? All the old guys from World War II that survived that, corporations. Corporations. That's that one corporation that's doing a hostile takeover of our own government right now. It's one corporation. Find out who all of those people are that are in that administration that belong to one corporation. Then you'll find out who's orchestrating the hostile takeover of the United States of America. And then you'll find out also that the O factors involved in this. And we're going to find out more about how involved he has been in this pretty quick. He's not going to give up. They won't give up. They will never quit. The only way that these people are ever going to be stopped is if we stop them. And we're not going to stop them on an individual basis. And we're not going to stop them by going to the court houses or the Capitol buildings or anything else like that. We've already tried this how many times? When we marched, the Tea Party marched on Washington, D.C., nothing happened. That whole administration back then did not care about us at all whatsoever, period, end of story. They did what they wanted to do. The people were against the laws that were passed, but they passed them anyway. They crammed them down our throats. Yeah? Better watch out for the predator bird. He's out there. I heard it. Yep, there it is again. Well, I guess we're gonna have to bring all you guys inside, huh? Oops. I better take the dogs in. This one right. Yeah. All right. Well, much love. You know, two wings of the same vulture. That's what we got coming against us, people. So we're gonna have to take care of ourselves. Obviously, this administration won't. He's gonna leave us hanging out to dry, just like in Afghanistan. And we're on our own. They're going to bring people in and drop them off at our bases. From there, I don't know how many thousands, 100,000 probably. They'll be on the inside here. Their people aren't culturally, they can't culturally adapt to our stuff, so they're going to want to make us conform to their Sharia law BS. And then we have the open borders, where they're bringing in at least 500,000 to 1 million every month. How many millions is that going to be after a 4-year term of this administration? By the end of this year, we will have had 12 million people. Yeah, when they say 11 and 12 million, that, you know. And then in this bill that they want to pass, all this infrastructure crap, they're going to give amnesty to all these people anyway. That's what they want to do. How about that? And see, we got like 48 to 50 million new people coming into the United States, all dispersed all over. In which places, I don't know, but probably red states and red towns, because they want to change the demographics of all of it. If we don't have a civil war out of this, I don't know. It's going to be amazing. But the only thing that's going to save our asses is because they're making sure all the stupid people get mRNA'd. Now, if they'll just do everybody coming across the border, and every single person that they're dropping off in these bases, maybe we'll stand a chance. But if they don't, those people will still be living while our military and the best and our brightest, all of the best and all of our brightest have been taken down by an mRNA shot. Yeah. Just look at those things like guns. Every time they point those things, yeah, those syringes are guns. And they're shooting all kinds of good people with their guns. It's passive warfare. If I was going to kill off a whole bunch of people and take over, I'd do it that way. That's the quiet, easy way to do it. And it'll be staggered deaths. Oh, the mRNA is the super spreader, in case anybody didn't notice that already. It is. The mRNA is the super spreader, because now it's built up, it's everybody's that's had it. And in various staggered increments, just because they didn't all get the same thing on the same day. So it's going to have varying degrees of adverse effects and varying degrees of dates of death, and it's just staggered. It's the staggered event that people don't put together in connect all the dots. Anyway, connect all the dots. Common sense. And why are we listening to these people anymore anyway? Why? They're bad guys. They just want to control a certain amount of the population, which is how many, according to the Georgia Guidestones? Yeah. That's how many people they'll have here? For what reason? Do they need live bodies for sex? That's what they're grooming our children for in these schools? Just to be little sex slaves, trafficked by the oligarchies? They'll pick out the ones they want, leave the rest to marinate in the government, the government indoctrination centers. Let's teach them all how to do sex tricks and all about all of that stuff. And then we won't have to teach them anything else, and we'll pass them on, and then they'll just be good little slaves. Yeah, because what else are they teaching our children? They're not teaching our children anything of value other than to be good little slaves in one form or another. Whatever they need a person for, a human body. They're going to need a certain amount of human bodies to have live, warm sex. The oligarchies will. And whatever else they want to do in that arena, because they think that that's where it's all. That's the thing. No, what they've done is they have actually Okay, I hear you. That's why the puppy's sitting next to me. He knows about you. Yeah, and they don't like you either. Yeah, the other birds don't like. They'll let us know we're the bad birds. So, back to the bad birds. There's opposite wings, left and right wing of the same vulture. I gotta go in with the puppies. Much love, happy warriors and great grandchildren.